Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we have two Fibonacci retracements here, and one is on a larger fractal, the other one is on a smaller fractal. So the smaller one here is set up with the swing high February 22nd or 21st, and the swing low February 15th. And as you can see, what we've done is we printed the high and we retraced down to the 1.272, bounced from there, went into the 0.786, and now we're coming back down. So what we could be targeting is the 1.272 here, as it did show some strong support previously. So we might come back down, create a nice double top pattern, and continue on from there. That is a very strong possibility, and hopefully that is what happens, and we see continuation afterwards. By the way, if you do not know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, feel free to check out the link in the description that is going to help you understand how to set long-term and short-term targets with the Fibonacci retracement. I have a very nice video on that. Now, if we remove the smaller fib and focus on the larger fib, as you can see here, we took the swing high in November and we took the swing low in October. We retraced to the second fib level, which was our capitulation target. We moved all the way up here towards the 0.236. I honestly thought we were going to have a nice move above this November high, but unfortunately that did not happen. We simply had a full retracement. As you can see, we peaked up, peaked out, dropped down, and retraced to the same level where we came down from. So that was a very nice swing trading opportunity, and right now we are on our way down. And what is important here is that we're not losing this low that we printed in December. So if we manage to hold this low, which for now it looks like we are going to be holding it, Bitcoin has broken above its August local high, which is great. And I think we can be expecting a move to the downside from here, potentially. Also, it depends on what we get during the FOMC meeting. Are they going to be raising the interest rates? Now people are starting to expect, or investors, I should say, are starting to expect a interest rates halt. So they're not going to be raising the interest rates, and they're just going to be pausing, putting everything on stop until we start cutting them sometime in 2024. Potentially, that's what's going to be happening. There are even discussions about the interest rates getting cut in June this year. That's how things can turn around. So potentially, we're not going to be coming back down to those lows. So the bear market bottom has been printed. So I think we are safe in that regard. And as long as we hold this low, we should be good for continuation here. And anything below $8, $9, that's really cheap for me. And I would be dollar cost averaging throughout this potential pullback that we are going to have. So you could be targeting $7.79, $7.24, $6.30 as our capitulation target there. If I bring back the other fib, obviously you have the 1.618 Fibonacci level at $6.68, which still would be a healthy retracement because that would be above the low that we printed here. As you can see, going to be a higher low. So that's perfect. And if that plays out, make sure you have your buy limit order set up in advance, just so that when you drop, all those get filled and you can, sit on your profits later on. And potentially if you're asleep, you wake up and the orders are filled up and you're already in profit. That does happen sometimes. So the thing is here that we printed a lower high. This is something that I don't really like. So from here, I really just want to continue on and break this February high, because this is not going to be really good, because this shows that the bulls have run out of strength. There is no steam, but the US started printing money out of the blue, just like they always do. So potentially we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But I do think that we are not going to be retesting these lows, because the financial situation just changed and banks started crashing. There was no soft landing, not the one that we were promised at least, and obviously anyone with half a brain knew that already. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, as you can see, we ran into the light blue resistance trend line here. We back tested it as resistance, and this was a very nice area for us to take some profits at around about $9.30, $9.45. And now you can be looking for entries off of support levels. The first one obviously is the red support trend line here. We have retested this many times, so that's going to be a nice area for us to hold. You can also take a look at the white trend line here in case we see a flash crash, a capitulation, any sort of a black swan event. We could see massive pullbacks. So target this 18.5 on the RSI for entries because we've bounced off of that twice in the past year. So overall, we're sitting in the middle, not doing anything huge right now. And let's switch over to the Binance website. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, so we can see that we ran into the 20 EMA as resistance, so that was a nice area to take some profits, and we're pulling back down. So $6.24 is your immediate support, but what we can do is set the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low in December last year to the swing high in August of 2022, and we can take a look at some long-term targets here. $35.50 is going to be a nice target for us, and potentially, we could get there, let's say August this year, when we usually see local highs printed in August. This could be where we end up going in that scenario. Also, what I would be targeting is this over here. So this bounce that we had in March of 2022. As you can see, we had the pullback, a bounce, moved to the upside into April, and from there we capitulated. And we never came back to retest that level. So that would be $45.37. And I think potentially, if things go well this year, we might be sitting at those prices by the end of the year. So taking a look at the weekly stochastic, we're just recovering from the oversold. Not enough data here to have a nice look at everything. So on the daily stochastic, as you can see, we have bottomed out here below the stochastic of 20 or the index of 20. So this is a good area to start dollar cost averaging. As you can see, historically, when we were sitting down at these prices, that was a good area to start buying in November, in December, January, there in September. So once you're in at this point, there is really only a way to go is to the upside, obviously, because really can't really come back down this low. So what happens is once you get below the stochastic level of 20, you're considered oversold, and that's a good indicator to start dollar cost averaging. But obviously, you have to combine this with other indicators. On the 3-day chart, the stochastic has just had its bearish cross, and it's pulling back down. If you see the 3-day chart down here, that's an even more bullish signal because the higher the time frame, the more important all the signals are and all the indicators. So pay attention to the 3-day chart as well. But overall, like I said, Moonriver is doing what the majority of altcoins are doing, sitting below the weekly 20, I think, right? Yeah, and we're just hoping for a reversal in altcoins. Bitcoin has pumped, so I think we're going to be getting a mini altcoin season sometime soon. And hopefully Moonriver does see a move potentially to its August 2020 high at $18.50. That is pretty much everything I have here for Moonriver. Thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching and stay safe.